You're listening to Mr. Save a Home, Becoming an Agent Tour. Good morning, good people. Hope all is well. My name is Navid Moosa. I will be host today and every day for Mr. Save a Home, Becoming an Agent Tour. For those who are first-time listeners, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. And there's a lot of information out there, yet you choose to come here, and I am grateful. For those who are coming back, thanks for coming back. You will see that these topics change, they vary. They go from a lot of mindset stuff to formulas, to systems, to just everything, whatever I have in my brain, which is a small brain, to spit out to you guys to learn, to take what I've spent a lot of money on and dish it out to you guys for free. So without further ado, let's get into it. So today we're going to talk about picking a brokerage. Now, I know I have listeners who are not real estate agents on this cast, and I understand that. But the main purpose of this cast is to cater after the real estate agent, but at the same time is also to cater to those who are investors. And the reason why I'm going to talk about picking a brokerage today is because I want real estate agents to know that it's not really you interviewing for that broker. It's the brokerage interviewing for your services. We have to hold ourselves to a high standard. That's the difference between a real estate agent and a realtor, in my opinion, is that when you represent that R, when that R is on your chest, or that R is something you are paying for that. Let's get that straight, number one. And number two, it does hold you to higher standards of ethics and morals. You should already have those without having to pay for that letter. But when you are a realtor, that's something that comes with it. And so you should take some pride. And so we need to value what we are servicing. We need to value the services we're offering. So if you're a brand new agent, and I get this, like I get calls from people who are going into real estate school on what do I do? What do I look at? And I know it's easy to be biased on my side because I own a brokerage, and I turn around and say, well, you're just going to come over here. No, I don't do that. I never have and never will. Actually, our brokerage is pretty small, but that's a different subject. So when you are looking, again, this is my opinion and my 15 plus years experience in the real estate industry as a licensed realtor, that is, when you're looking for a brokerage, certain things you want to find out is, the number one thing in my opinion you want to find out is training. You go to school to learn the basics of the contracts and some of the laws that are out there. But the brokerage has their own fundamentals of how they want transactions to be held, whether it be a list or buyer. There's documentation. Yes, the documents are provided by the state on which documents are required per transactions, how they're handed in so you can get paid, how they're formatted, and what technology they're using. That all comes from that brokerage. So you want to make sure that they have a system in place. You want to make sure that there's a way that once you get a listing, here's your steps 1 through 10, what you need to do for that listing packet. Once you have a buyer, here's your steps 1 through 10, how to handle that buyer's packet. That's first and foremost, in my opinion. Number two, leads. This business is not a bi-weekly pay, biannual pay, or anything like steady paycheck. It's just not coming in. This business is you work, you get paid. And it's 100% commission based, right? So leads is the lifeline of your business. That's the lifeline of your paycheck. So you want to find out as a brokerage, what do they have in place for getting leads? Do you have to pay for them or not? How are they distributed? This industry changes so much, right? There's, I can't remember what they're called, but they're called like dens or something like that, or whatever it is. And, or the pit. And it's, they call it an agent that sits in the front. The name is escaping right now. I can't remember the name, but anyways, you have certain offices that offer rotation where, you sign up for time on this phone over here or whatever it is. And then some just, sign up different ways. So you want to make sure that distribution of these leads is fair and is done in a manner that you're comfortable with and that you're familiar with. So that's number two. Number three, you want to look at your growth. You want to look at, okay, am I always just going to be an agent who just represents buyers and sellers? Or are you going to be a brokerage that helps me grow my business and my multiple streams of income? Are you going to help me acquire my first rental? acquire my first flip project? And if so, what are the splits and financial surroundings of that one? A lot of brokerages say, hey, if you're representing a client, here's our fee structure. If you're buying or selling for yourself, here's our fee structure. Some even put a cap on it. You can only do but so many transactions for yourself. Like, so you want to find these out. Don't just say, well, what's my split? What am I getting? A lot of agents get stuck on that. And I'm telling you, no disrespect to those brokers out there offering 100%. None at all. I've been at several myself. Okay. In my opinion, I don't want to say all or most or whatever, but some of those 100% brokerages, you don't really walk away with 100%. There's this fee and that fee, or they charge you a higher transaction fee, or there's a franchise fee, or for the lock sign or the lockbox and everything. So there's so many different fees involved that your 100% isn't really 100. It comes down, it could be 90-10, 80-20, 70-30, 65-35, whatever. It could be so many different numbers. So me personally, so I'll give you a quick story. I had an agent who was a referral from a family member. It was actually for my niece, and she said, hey, I have a friend of mine who's relocating from, into PA, and he's an agent, and he's going to be coming over here. Can I go? He's looking for a place to put his license at, do some transactions. I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll reach out, talk to him. She makes the intro, right? The very first email I get from this gentleman is the following. And I'm paraphrasing here. The email basically says, hey, how are you? My name is so-and-so. Your niece and I go way back. I'm an agent, and I'm coming here to PA, and I'm looking to hang my license here. I would like 100% structure, because that's what I'm used to. So that's what I'm looking for. So I think, if you can make that happen, I think I'll get my license here and hang it up with you and get some transactions going. I'm not saying my response is correct. I'm not saying my response is incorrect. And I'm not saying every and all owners of brokerages will say this. My response was, thanks for reaching out. I appreciate it. Hope your transition goes well. We don't offer 100% here. It's just never going to happen. I, as a owner, do not give myself 100% when it comes to splitting of the commissions. It just doesn't happen. So if you're willing to talk on other numbers outside of 100%, let me know. If not, here's the name and number of somebody who I know who's in that format of business. Give them a call. Feel free to shoot my name. He responded back basically saying, well, I can do this much, I can do that. He still went 100%, but he was basically trying to gas me up to saying he had all this business coming in. No, doesn't matter to me. If, again, this is me as an owner and how I feel and how I think. But if you come to me as an agent and the very first thing, the only thing you want is 100% and that's it, I just can't mess with you. Because you're looking out for one thing and one thing only. You want everything for you and you only. You have no interest in seeing that brokerage thrive or your business thrive. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. So for you to go out there and try to say, hey, again, I'm telling you, you know your worth, okay? And are you 100%? Yeah, you're 100%. You give 100%, you should get 100%. No doubt about it. But guess what? You need to go work for another brokerage when you get your license. You need to hang your license there. And for that business to stay around, or for that business to help you grow, even them to grow and to stay around, you got to pay your dues. There's no way around it. You have to pay your dues on that portion there, right? And I know it sounds like from how I started this talk to now, it's kind of, well, are you flip-flopping? How am I supposed to know my worth? And you're saying I'm worth 100%, but I can't even get 100%. If that's what you're hearing, you're not listening to me. What I'm telling is, you come in with confidence. But understand, like I said, it is you interviewing them. So what services are they giving you? If they're going to give you a mentor, if they're going to give you leads, if they're going to give you training, they're going to put all this time and effort into developing you, you got to pay for some of that. That's what it's about. Is understand that this is a business. Anyone that says, oh man, come in, you can have everything, you got to pay nothing, talk to them in 6 months from now, see if they're still around. Or talk to them in 6 months around and see how many agents have rotated through. Because in my experience, when you see a lot of these higher splits or when you see a lot of these bigger companies, they rely on the amount of agents that come into that door because they have that constant cash flow of monthly fees and desk fees and this fee and that fee to keep going. I'm not saying that's not a successful business model. I'm not saying to stay away from that. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm telling you is you need to do what is best for you, but you need to be reasonable about it. You need to understand there's a long-term picture. So understand when you go out and you look for these brokerages, and this pertains to anybody who's an independent contractor, if you think about it. If you're a roofer, if you're a bookkeeper, if you're somebody, what you bring to the table is just that, what you bring to the table. And if they're going to nurture you and educate you and put you on that path to grow your business, there's a price associated with that. And just like everything else, it's an investment. It's an investment into yourself. I have to give up X amount of percentage, but I'm going to get this in return. Well, that's an investment. And then you want to find out, well, if I'm giving you 10, 20, 30% of my cut or what's going to come back to me? That's a legitimate question to ask. And that's what I want you to do. But you can't go in pounding your chest and say, oh, 100%, I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm going somewhere else. Man, you come to my door, I'm going to show you right out that door. Simple as that. So that's what I got for y'all today. It's a beautiful day out there. Enjoy it. Be good to everybody. Be good to yourself. And always never chase the money. Always chase the deal. Do right by the client. Everything else will fall into place. Take care, guys.